Hi, everybody, and welcome to Good Day Arlington Live on NBC Sports Chicago, where we are live every Saturday at 11 o'clock talking about sports, talking about whatever pops into our head, talking about horse racing, Arlington events, and we always have great guests like today. Anthem singer Jim Cornelison is going to be live on our set, and he's going to perform the national anthem live.
He's giving you the eyes. He's like,
he's not going to. I just wanted to see the look on his face. I just wanted to give him a little jolt. Happy birthday, Alyssa.
Thank you.
It's your birthday
it was yesterday.
Weekend. It was yesterday. Is it too late to say it the day after?
No, I appreciate it.
This was on your desk
that
this
was
morning
also
from somebody?
in my garbage.
It was in your garbage, and it's got like donut remnants all over it, and you don't know who gave it to you.
I do know.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Okay.
And I appreciate
Anyway,
it.
happy birthday. You know, I read an interesting quote or a saying about birthdays. You're as old as you've ever been on your birthday, and you're as young as you'll ever be.
That's cool.
It is.
That's
and
sad.
you know what the lesson is there? No, it's not sad.
It's a little
depends.
sad.
It means live for today.
All right, all right.
And you and I don't do that
No,
very well,
I
we
was
don't
gonna say.
think. So a lot of young ladies like you might want a Louis Vuitton purse or a fancy dinner out. What'd you get?
I got a saddle.
She got a saddle.
Yeah.
She is a true horse racing
I'm very
person.
excited about it.
Yeah,
it's
I know
black,
you are.
all-purpose. Will
Is
look
it?
great on my gray off-the-track thoroughbred.
That's terrific. Well,
But I also like Louis Vuittons.
when you
Just throwing that
Yeah,
out there.
She wanted it all. There's no question about that. All right, listen, today we've got Jim here. We're going to be talking about horses and hockey today. So it's going to be a big day out at Arlington. And, you know, there's nothing much like watching the speed of a professional hockey game, whether it be the Blackhawks or the Chicago Wolves. It's quite a sight to see. Today we welcome our partners from the Chicago Wolves. They do a great job with us, and we're proud to partner with them. And out of all the partners that love horse racing, there seems to be something about hockey and horses.
So many former athletes fall in love with horse racing as a means to stay competitive. They want to be right. They want to pick the right horse. They want to cash tickets and win a few bucks. Dennis Savard, Eddie Olczyk, and Coach Joel Quenneville have all owned and love wagering on the horses. They all do their homework, and on a free weekend, there is one place that Coach Q really loves to go.
What would be your ideal way to spend the weekend?
There's nothing wrong with going to the racetrack. There's always something going on. I commend the whole department here, and whether it's marketing department, the whole staff here. You know, it's a tremendous facility. It's as good as there is in the business. And when you come here, there's always something fun to do, and besides betting horses.
Coach Q loves trying to get it right, but he loves the entire atmosphere around the racetrack, especially on a big day when there's a lot going on and off the racetrack. And he uses every piece of information he can get his hands on to make his decisions.
I like reading the sheets. I like looking for value. You know, every race sits up differently. You know, surfaces, you know, distances, first time, trainers, jockeys. There's so many different variables.
Betting is what these guys love. Eddie O has hit some huge jackpots in his day, and he knows that this is a sport in which you can bet a little and win a lot.
You can, because at the end of the day, you don't have to invest a whole heck of a lot, especially when you're playing those type of wagers. The pick three, the daily double, say for example, it's almost like a parlay, but you might get a little bit more better value if you do bet the daily double. A pick three where you got to pick 3 races in a row, so you can use 4 horses in one leg, 1 in the second leg, and 3 in the other. And if you play it for $1, you do the math, it's only going to cost you $12, and you have action for probably about an hour and 15 or hour and 20 minutes, and the payout could be pretty substantial. And then when you get into the big 4 mandatory, payout right, in pools, a certain amount. That's, to me, is where you really look and really try to pad the bankroll over the course of a day or a weekend.
Hockey and horses, a match of sports that seems to draw those players and coaches to the track because to them, there is nothing like a fight to the finish, and you make the right choice.
Those hockey guys really love it, and Eddie Olczyk, he won a contest, a wagering contest, and by winning that, if he wins the Breeders' Cup contest this year, he'll win $1 million prize. Can you imagine that?
That is amazing. He's, when he's talking about it on camera, like he really, backs up what he's talking about with his own money. He wagers.
Does.
He's really into the sport. So good luck to Eddie for the Breeders' Cup.
I'd like to see him win that cool million,
Yeah.
or anybody win that cool million. All right, let's talk sports right now. The Cubs are on a roll. And how about this David Bodie, the way he's going? Another walk-off home run. We're going to go to Fred Hubner now at the ESPN 1000 studios for our Sports Center update.
The Cubs won their third game in a row as David Bodie did it again. A walk-off homer in the 10th inning, giving the Northsiders a 3-2 win over the Reds. Newcomer Daniel Murphy had 2 hits, including his first home run in a Cubs uniform. Jose Quintana gets the start this afternoon. Cubs lead in the Central Division remains 3 games over St. Louis, who beat Colorado 7-5. Milwaukee 3.5 back after scoring 3 times in the 15th inning to beat Pittsburgh 7-6. White Sox broke out with a 6-run 8th inning as they beat the Tigers 6-3 in Detroit. Yohan Moncada and Tim Anderson each with a pair of RBIs. Lucas Giolito starts tonight in the Motor City. Matt Nagy and the Chicago Bears play their 4th preseason game as his former team, the Kansas City Chiefs, come to town at Soldier Field for a noon kickoff. Nagy said Friday he liked the way his team practiced this week, so most of the starters will sit this game out. From the ESPN 1000 Sports Desk, I'm Fred Hubner.
All right, Fred, always a good day when the Cubs and the White Sox get a win. Alyssa, the weather.
It's taking a turn for the better here today, but we did have a lot of overnight storms in Chicagoland last night. But you can still join us for a great day of racing. Get into a high of about 86 degrees today. Currently, we're at 73 degrees. Howard, our gates open at noon. Our first race is at 1 o'clock, and it is Chicago Wolves Day. That's why we have our awesome guest, Jim Cornelison, on. We had that nice piece that you did. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Hockey and horses. You can never go wrong here at Arlington.
And we have 10 live races today at Arlington, so it's going to be a fun afternoon. A lot of chances to get it right. We'll take a break now. There's still a lot of great events to come at Arlington as the season wraps up, including Benny's Taste at the Track 2, September 8th. It is a ticketed event, wine tasting and horses, great food, a lot of fun. Good Day Arlington is brought to you in part by Tito's Handmade Vodka, the preferred vodka of Arlington. And next, he's a big part of the great experience at Hawks games and the Arlington Million with his stirring national anthem. We will visit with our friend, the talented Jim Cornelison, next on Good Day Arlington.
Bésame mucho, como si fuera esta noche la última.
All right, listening to some of the variety of the music of Jim Cornelison, not just an anthem singer, and we're proud to have you on the set. Thanks for coming by. You're always good to join us on this show, and you're a lot of fun.
Well, it's great to be here. Happy birthday.
Thank you, Jim.
There you
You've
go.
never been so old in your life.
I know. I was like, really, we're going with that? But you made it up.
But it's not
It
bad
wasn't as
news.
bad. Yeah, exactly. I'm not
She's a-
as old as Howard, so.
She's a kid. Well, that goes without saying, but she's got to get a shot in whenever she can in this
do.
show, Jim.
I do
That's part of the
indeed.
format, I can tell you. Hey, when you were going to school at Indiana University, you have a master's degree from there in music. Did you ever dream that you would be so associated that the national anthem was going to be your ticket?
No, never. Completely unexpected turn of events. So, I mean, I was doing a few anthems for the Blackhawks when I was singing at the Lyric Opera Chicago every year, maybe half a dozen. But the games weren't on TV. The team wasn't the powerhouse that it is now. My God, I mean, they asked me in 2008 if I wanted to do it, and I said, well, I need a couple weeks to think about it. You know? No idea that in 2010 we win a Stanley Cup, and just how this whole thing has taken off. You know?
Yeah, and speaking of the taking off, I mean, when you started, you know, the Hawks won the Stanley Cup, as you said. Was that the point where it really did take off, and it's really taken on a life of its own? People do not want to miss the anthem.
That's right. Well, the cheering started in 1985, so that's always had kind of its own life. But when you add the success of the team, you know, for me, I would say there was the January 1, 2009 Winter Classic. Then we won the Stanley Cup in 10, and then there were 2 Bears games, the playoff games in 2011. And kind of the combination of those three events in a short period of time, I think they sent everything to another level.
Yeah.
You know, the number of requests then for me to come to events and sing just went through the roof.
Yeah.
So it's been a nice ride.
Where else have you sung, and where would you still like to sing the national anthem?
I would like to sing at the Super Bowl.
Okay, that's a good
However,
one.
you know, I've started singing back home again in Indiana at the Indianapolis 500, which is the world's largest single-day sporting event, and it's a very special song for that race. And I'll do the Bears. I'll do Monday Night Football again this year. The Ryder Cup I did in 2012, which is the 3rd largest sporting event in the world after the Olympics and World Cup. And, you know, I've done Bulls playoff games and Division I. I've done the Colbert Report. I've done Harry Connick Jr. and just a lot of really, really great experiences that I never, ever expected to have or could not have imagined singing the national anthem.
Right.
Are you locked in at Indy for next year? And you replaced a legend, Jim Nabors, who sang there for years and years and years, and was a television star years ago. What was it like replacing a legend, and are you going back?
Well, I am going back. It'll be my 3rd year this year, and that's very exciting. Look, it's a real honor to be asked back for that role in that race, singing back home again in Indiana.
Big deal.
I mean, Jim Nabors did it for 32 years, and people loved it. So to come in and do that, I followed up. Kind of, I think part of your question goes to, you know, how do you come in after somebody like that, or how do you, you know, how do you conceive of doing the song, or, you know? So I don't try to copy him, but I do try to sing it in a kind of traditional way that people could sing along with, and and be respectful of the tradition that is in place.
Well, I think it's a real tribute to you that you're going to do 3 years in a row, because if you hadn't knocked it out the first year, you wouldn't be coming back. So you might be there for a long time.
That's why you're back on Good Day Arlington.
You might be there for a
Great
long time. All right, Jim, we're going to take a break. It's almost September. We'd like to get a jump on St. Patty's Day with our Luck of the Irish Day with Irish entertainment and food and racing. It's September 15th, halfway to St. Patty's Day. Check out the Luck of the Irish VIP ticket at arlingtonpark.com. Good Day Arlington is brought to you in part by the Daily Herald. Nobody covers local news, sports, and weather better than the Daily Herald. And up next, we'll find out some of Jim's best and maybe worst experiences singing in front of huge crowds. That's got him thinking.
Somebody loves me.
Welcome back to Good Day Arlington with Jim Cornelison. And Jim, you were with your partner Frank Catalano, fantastic saxophone player. You have an album. Do you still call them albums or CDs? But you have a
I call them
kind
an album.
Alyssa might call them something different.
she
but
probably
you
calls
have one
it.
coming
Who
out
knows?
now, a jazz album, right?
That's right. Yeah, it's we're calling it Stepping Out. I'm doing it with Frank Catalano, who is a Chicago area born, raised sax player, but he actually travels all over the world. Has been the #1 selling sax player in the world for the last few years. Wow. He has had 3 #1 albums in the jazz charts in the last 3-4 years. Has a quartet with Jimmy Chamberlain from the Smashing Pumpkins. They drum. They're all over the world and play. So
wow.
What an honor, what a privilege for me to be able to do that. And yeah, the album should be out September 7th. That's kind of our hard date for getting
Good,
that
that's
out.
great for
Yeah.
you. What's the experience like for you to sing the national anthem here at the Arlington Million?
Oh, it's a lot of fun. I mean, you know, when you ask me that, I think of what my whole experience of the day is, right? Because I go out and do a lot of different events, and for me, it's not just about that moment of singing. It's about, you know, the fans are really appreciative, right? Everybody at the track is super nice. I get to sit up in the turf club and have, you know, the best of the best in terms of, you know, food and drinks. And,
It's pretty good.
And getting down to the horses, you know, so much fun. And for me, it's like a great combination of a major horse racing event and great exposure, great people, fun because I can bet on the horses, and I never bet more than like $10 a race. But
that's
you
all
know
right.
what? There's a big difference between a horse race when you have no money in the game and a horse race where
Yes.
you got a
Yes.
few bucks in the game.
Yes.
It changes the dynamic.
It changes a lot. So and it makes it really fun.
Yes.
So anyway, it's a great experience.
We had an event called Arlington's Got Talent last Sunday here at Arlington. We're actually going to have the winner perform here on Good Day Arlington today. But I wanted to ask you, you know, you being a professional singer for so long now, do you ever get nervous going, you know, singing on the Arlington Million or putting your album out or hopefully singing the Super Bowl one day? Do you get nervous?
You know what I do? Yeah, I get nervous almost all the time.
Okay.
Sometimes now going into a Blackhawk game where I'm super familiar with the environment, I'll feel pretty calm. But most of the time I do get nervous, and you use those nerves to help you focus.
Yeah.
It brings energy. You know, it's a good thing.
Would you be like nervous if you weren't nervous?
Yes, I have been nervous because I wasn't nervous.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
focus, Jim, focus.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, I've got a simple quiz for you about the national
Oh,
anthem.
dear.
You can try too. Who wrote the
No, I'm
national anthem?
Francis Scott Key.
Yeah, Francis Scott Key.
Nice.
Oh man, I
Did
didn't
you know
to
that?
say.
No.
You got it. You nailed it. What was it called before it was called the national anthem?
The Star Spangled Banner.
Well, that's what it's called now, still. But the defense of Fort McHenry.
Ah,
And I never knew
that
that.
makes sense. I
So
didn't know
remember
that.
that.
I didn't know
And which president signed the bill that made the song the national anthem?
It was in 1814, right?
No.
Oh.
It was
I
in
thought-
the 1900s.
It was?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But the song's been
got
our
this
national
off of
anthem since
Wikipedia. It could be
1814,
Yeah,
right?
do you not know
I go-
that people can write whatever they want on
I-
Wikipedia?
I do
what
know-
if I
I go-
went in there and just like wrote these and you took them for like
I
for
do
the
know
quiz?
that.
Yeah, I think we should attack
Yeah,
back. That's
yeah,
what we should
exactly.
do.
This is
It's
usually
like-
my defense
It
mechanism.
was Herbert Hoover in 1931.
Well, I was going to say that. I just want to make some jokes
Yes.
first.
We're gonna fact check that.
Yeah. Well, we're proud to have you on here, Jim.
Yeah, it's
and,
great to be here.
Real quickly, your worst experience, because I
My-
teased that coming in.
Yeah, I
You ever
think
have a rough ride?
my worst experience was a few years ago doing the anthem at an Illinois State University game versus Bradley. It was a basketball game, and I went out and I started singing, and everybody was cheering, and then they started to get really quiet, and I saw people up in the sound booth running back and forth frantically, and I realized that I was not being amplified.
no.
Pretty soon, a little gopher guy comes
Yeah.
running out on the middle of the basketball court, clicks my mic on. And then we continued with the performance.
Yeah.
It worked out. I just started over actually. and
Okay.
People
So-
kind of loved it that I messed up.
Yeah.
So
People do love
It
mistakes.
happens.
And
But-
we make some on this show once in a while.
Howard does, yes.
yeah.
Howard does. All right, Jim, thank you very much.
Thanks,
We'll look
Jim.
My
forward to you.
pleasure.
Hawk season will be coming up soon, and we'll see you there all the time.
Yeah, great
All right,
to
so
be here.
thanks for being our guest on Good Day Arlington, as always.
You bet, brother.
Jim Cornelison. All right, Good Day Arlington is brought to you in part by our friends at International Hair Designs in Lake Zurich. Say hi to Dawn and Bruce, a salon for the whole family. International Hair Designs. And you think you've got talent? Wait until you hear the 14-year-old winner of Arlington's Got Talent contest, which is coming up next. Welcome back to Good Day Arlington, Alyssa, and we are here through September 22nd, live right on this set at 11 o'clock, and we have a big show ready next week.
Yeah, let's take a sneak peek at next week.
Next week on Good Day Arlington, Howard and Alyssa are joined by a member of the U.S. Polo Association, Pamela Flanagan.
That's going to be fun. I'm amazed by the athleticism of people that play polo because the horses are great athletes. They have to be able to shift directions, and then whoever's riding them with that stick or whatever you call it, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, I can't wait to talk to Pamela as our guest next Saturday. That's, of course, Labor Day weekend here on Good Day Arlington at NBC Sports Chicago. We'll talk about maybe some off-the-track thoroughbreds that are now polo horses. But
yes.
For now, I'm very excited about this, Howard. We're going to introduce our Arlington's Got Talent winner from last Sunday, 14-year-old Jamie Jarecki, who won. There were a lot of contestants. She blew everybody away. So now we get a live performance by Jamie here on Good Day Arlington. Jamie, take it away.
I've opened up
talent. Terrific job,
I
and
have chills.
she's fighting a cold, and you
I was
would
gonna
never
say,
know it.
yeah.
That was fabulous.
Wow. I think Jim Cornelison was very impressed too. He stayed in the studio audience.
Yes, she's 14 years old. When I was 14, I was still learning the alphabet. I knew
That's sad.
I knew all the letters, but not in order, and she can do that. She was
You
unbelievable.
are you what?
Nothing new. I'm just nonsense.
my
Nonsense.
God.
But I could already pick horses.
Yeah, that's good. A big congratulations to Jamie, who was the winner of Arlington's Got Talent that occurred last Sunday here at Arlington. Performed live on Good Day Arlington, NBC Sports Chicago. She killed it. It was amazing.
She did.
I want to listen to her over and over again.
Horses and hockey today at Arlington. Come on out. First race, first of 10 at 1 o'clock. Thanks for watching Good Day Arlington. For Howard and Alyssa, Jim Cornelison, and of course Jamie, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week at 11 o'clock.